Footage has emerged of an Israeli missile hitting Iran's Natanz nuclear facility. Israel destroyed 2 reactors, an underground nuclear missile complex, a nuclear technology center, and an Iranian laboratory. It was also reported that the Iranian military base in the city of Borujerd was also attacked by Israel. Blasts were heard in Natanz city in Iran's central province of Isfahan, where a key nuclear site is located, Iranian state TV reports. Loud explosions were heard in Natanz, which hosts one of the main uranium enrichment facilities, state TV reports. Iran has 2 underground nuclear sites, at Fordo and Natanz, and has been building tunnels in the mountains near Natanz since suspected Israeli sabotage attacks targeted that facility.
زدن آتیش دیدی؟ جنگ کجا بود؟
این زاقامامات زدن.
زاقامامات کرمانشاه.
Israel attacked Iran's capital early Friday in strikes that targeted the country's nuclear program and raised the potential for an all-out war between the 2 bitter Middle East adversaries. It appeared to be the most significant attack Iran has faced since its 1980s war with Iraq, with multiple sites around the country hit. Israel's military says 200 fighter jets have been used in its ongoing strikes on Iran. More than 100 targets have been struck across Iran, IDF spokesperson Effie Defrin said during a live briefing, adding that over 330 various munitions have already been dropped. Defrin said Israel's strikes were part of a precise and synchronized operation, and that its pilots were still striking military targets and targets from the nuclear program across different areas in Iran. Israel says it killed Mohammad Bagheri, Iran's armed forces chief of staff, along with senior nuclear scientists in targeted strikes. It is likely that the Iranian chief of staff and senior nuclear scientists were eliminated in the initial strike, the update said, citing an official, who spoke on condition of anonymity for security reasons. Iran's Revolutionary Guard's commander-in-chief Hossein Salami was killed in the large-scale strikes on June 13. Iran's Islamic Republic news agency stated that Major General Hossein Salami, chief commander of the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, was assassinated in an Israeli strike in Tehran. Senior IRGC commander Ghulam Ali Rashid, along with at least 2 nuclear officials, Firidown Abbasi and Mohammad Mehdi Taranchi, were also killed in the attacks. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Operation Rising Lion struck Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz, nuclear scientists, and what he called the heart of Iran's ballistic missiles program.
پادگان قلم‌آلودی اینجا
ساعت الان 3:37 ورودی فرحزاده پایین به ساختمان مسکونی زده شده.
زدن آتیش دیدی؟ جنگ کجا بود؟
The Indian Coast Guard is attempting to tow a container ship that caught fire off the coast of Kerala in southern India earlier this week to prevent a potential ecological disaster, Indian authorities said. According to Associated Press, the Singapore-flagged MV-503 was on its way to Mumbai, India's financial capital, after leaving the Sri Lankan port of Colombo on June 7 when it reported multiple explosions and a subsequent fire some 88 nautical miles from the coast of Baipura in Kerala on Monday. Indian authorities have not yet given a reason for the explosions and fire. The current focus remains on firefighting and preventing the vessel from drifting towards the Indian coastline. The 890-foot vessel carries 2,128 metric tons of fuel and hundreds of containers, including hazardous cargo, India's defense ministry said in a statement Wednesday night. With the fire yet to be fully extinguished, efforts to establish a towline to pull the vessel away from the coast are underway, the ministry said. The situation remains critical and is being monitored continuously. The firefighting efforts have significantly reduced visible flames, but the fire remains active on the ship's inner decks and near the fuel tanks, the ministry added. The Coast Guard launched an aerial firefighting operation Thursday morning using a helicopter from the Indian Air Force, Commandant Amit Uniyal, a spokesperson for the Coast Guard, said. The helicopter dispersed 1,000 kilograms of dry chemical powder onto the core fire areas of the ship, he added. Deputy Director General of Shipping, Captain Harinder Singh, told the Associated Press the vessel was carrying a total of 1,754 containers, of which 143 had cargoes deemed dangerous by the International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code, including flammable liquids, toxic substances and solid hazardous materials. The explosions and subsequent fire caused dozens of the ship's containers to fall into the Arabian Sea.